Coming up in November, voters in Ohio's 2nd District will elect a new representative to Congress.
It's a massive district stretching from Claremont County all the way to the West Virginia border. And WLWT News 5 anchor Cherie Palello recently spent time with both candidates and joins us now. Cherie.
Hi there, Ashley and Mike. Yeah, for the first time since 2013, a new face is going to be representing the 15 counties in Ohio's 2nd Congressional District. Current U.S. Congressman Brad Winstrup is not running for re-election. The district has historically gone red, but Democrat Samantha Meadows is hoping to change that come Election Day. Yesterday, we heard from her Republican opponent, David Taylor. Tonight, my one-on-one interview with Meadows. We wanted to host a debate between Republican candidate Dave Taylor and Democrat Samantha Meadows. Meadows wanted to debate. Taylor did not.
But I do think it's a cowardly way out of any politician that won't debate their opponent.
He was very candid with me. He said it just wouldn't benefit me. I don't feel like I need it. I'm running a strong, good campaign.
Being in a district that has leaned red, because as Democrats, we've lacked putting the attention to the people in Southern Ohio. He feels safe. You know, he's got this sense of, I don't need to debate because I'm going to win this anyway. Doesn't matter what my positions are. I'm going to win this.
Meadows knows she has an uphill battle. The former EMT turned politician only got 25% of the vote in 22 when she took on incumbent U.S. Congressman Brad Winstrup, who held the seat for 6 terms. But she says this is a much different race and a different time. I was reading in a recent interview, you said, quote, I know that a lot of folks down here are Republicans by anger rather than policy.
Thank you.
What did you mean by that?
I mean that I travel all 15 and a quarter counties. I am a Southern Ohioan, lifelong. And when we had our steel mills and when we had the mines over in Meigs County, Jackson County, we leaned blue because, you know, unionization, which I'm very proud of my union endorsements. And when those things closed down, the Democratic Party left our region, and Republicans swept in. They didn't do a whole lot for us. You can check the records, you know. But so people became angry. Here's the way I feel about it. When people are fearful, they get angry. When you're fearful of not having dinner on the table or gas in your cars, you become an angry person. And I'm not saying all Republicans, because I love a true conservative, but when they see that in folks, I think Donald Trump is a perfect example. They exacerbate that anger. And as a Democrat, I'm moving through there to say, you know what? I know how you feel. Been there, done it. I know, I have empathy for your situation. Once I talk to folks, it tamps down that anger, and they say, you know, that's the person that cares about me.
Meadows wants to put more money into public schools, and protecting reproductive rights is a big priority for this mom of 2 grown children. Despite women being able to get an abortion in Ohio before 21 weeks and 6 days, Meadows wants to give women even more power over their bodies.
We're stripping away women's rights. Think about that. Think about freedom. If you are willing to vote to take that away from a woman, I'm telling you, everybody else's freedom down the line, it'll happen eventually. So no, we need safe access to abortion, and I am very lenient with the laws on that.
And the way it stands now, then, still not good enough in your opinion?
Not good enough in my opinion, and it needs protected federally. It needs to be codified into law.
Both Meadows and Taylor want to close our borders, but they do it different ways and for different reasons.
I get very upset when it's election time and we hear border and we hear fentanyl. And those folks use those as talking points, as hot topics. I don't think that they have any interpersonal stake or relationship in it. And being a young EMT in the mid-90s when the pill mills opened in Southern Ohio, I was on the front lines. I remember my first OxyContin overdose.
So with less than 2 months to go until Election Day, this long-standing Democrat is hoping to win over Southwest Ohio, including Republicans.
Look at the person, not the party, you know, and split that ticket. I don't want anybody changing their party affiliation. You know, I have a deep respect for conservatives, and I want them to know this as well. You know, if I have a barbecue, I'm going to invite you. I want your vote. I want you to be a part of what's happening here. I think your party has fallen out of order. I think the MAGA movement is not the Ronald Reagan era Republicans that I know. And so, you know, if you can't vote for me, don't vote against me.
And as I said before, I also sat down with Meadows' opponent. Dave Taylor is the Republican candidate. We gave him the same platform last night right here on WLWT, same time. You can watch my full interview with both candidates right now on our website. Go to WLWT.com. Mike, Ashley?
All right, Sheree, thanks so much.